Hard landing guaranteed, billionaires selling stock, and vehicle costs are crushing American families. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Business Insider and written by Jennifer Soar titled, "A Hard Landing Recession is Guaranteed as the Full Impact of Fed Rate Hikes Have Yet to Hit the Economy," Morgan Stanley's chief economist says. The author of this article referenced Ellen Zentner, Morgan Stanley's chief U.S. economist, who said a hard landing recession is certain to come for the economy and high rates are to blame, even as markets start positioning for the Federal Reserve to loosen monetary policy this year. Ellen Zentner warned that a hard landing was unavoidable. She referenced Jamie Dimon's recent comments on the economy, where he warned the chance of a soft landing was about half of the 70% to 80% odds other forecasters were predicting. He said that was because of several risks still facing the U.S., including the Fed's tightening campaign, geopolitical conflict, and interest rates. Well, my friends, let's hope we do not experience a hard landing. I hate to think about people and businesses struggling financially. There are a lot of young people who have grown up and only experienced good times because of cheap and easy money. Many may be unprepared for the reality of an ugly recession. Some people have been able to job hop and find higher paying positions, and if the corporate culture wasn't to their liking, they could easily jump ship and find an even better job. That may not work out so well during an ugly recession. Now, please consider the fact that no one has a crystal ball about what is going to happen. This economist may be dead wrong. I read some of the comments beneath this article, and some of them tend to agree. One commenter said, "What Morgan Stanley's chief economist is really saying is they have tons of shorts they need to cover, and they want to scare you into helping them do that." Another commenter said, "Economists, how can you be wrong so many times and people still listen to you, and yet you keep your job?" The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Not until after the election. We can spin anything until then." I tend to agree with that last commenter. The government is unlikely to let the market crash or the economy tip into an ugly recession during an election year. But then again, what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. If you plan to hunker down in your end of times bunker with your gold and silver, go right ahead. I'm certainly not going to stop you. I have seen so many YouTubers who are predicting a massive stock market crash, housing crash, and car market crash because of all the billionaires who have been selling stock recently. It's true, many have been selling stock, but it's a bit of a conspiracy theory to believe apocalyptic events are to come. I read an article today on Yahoo Finance put out by Fortune and written by Amanda Giroux titled, "The Great Cash Out. Jeff Bezos, Leon Black, Jamie Dimon, and the Walton family have now sold a combined $11 billion in company stock this month, some for the first time ever." According to the author, Jeff Bezos sold Amazon shares worth $8.5 billion. Jamie Dimon, CEO and chairman of JP Morgan Chase, sold $150 million in stock last week. Leon Black, co-founder and former CEO of Apollo Global Management, sold $172.8 million in stock. Mark Zuckerberg unloaded about 1.4 million shares of Meta stock worth roughly $638 million in February. The Walton family sold $1.5 billion in Walmart stock. The author indicates many of these were planned sales, set up late last year and early this year. Here are my thoughts. For most of these people, the stock sales equate to a very small percentage of their net worth. I certainly am not in a panic because of this, and I certainly am not buying into any conspiracy theories about a stock market crash, housing crash, or car market crash just because these billionaires have sold some stock positions. Some of the commenters beneath this article tend to agree with me. One commenter said, rather than looking at dollar amounts, how much of a percentage of their holdings did they divest? Another person said, really, that is incredibly small portions of their ownership, probably sold just to pay taxes. The last comment I'll share with you came from someone who said, I think they know something. Well, my friends, that reminds me of a famous line said by one of the two traders who tried to copy what the Duke brothers were doing in the frozen concentrated orange juice market in the 1980s movie Trading Places. That didn't work out so well for them or the Duke brothers. If you've never seen that movie, you should really check it out. That was when Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd were both really young. It is a classic movie. Yesterday, I talked about Wendys' plan to use dynamic pricing in the near future, managed by artificial intelligence, to set the price of food during peak hours. Well, apparently, Wendys has changed their mind. I wonder if they watched my video yesterday. I read an article today on Yahoo Finance, put out by Reuters, and written by Waylon Cunningham and Deborah Mary Sophia, titled, Wendys Burned by CEO's Comment, Vows No Price Surges for Burgers. According to the authors, Wendys said on Wednesday it has no plans to raise menu prices at times of peak demand after the burger chain was scorched on social media sites for comments its CEO made earlier this month, suggesting the chain may start testing dynamic pricing. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, in a post on the social media platform X on Wednesday, called it price gouging, plain and simple. I thought that was really interesting since I talked yesterday about gas stations that were in the news for price gouging when they raised fuel prices after the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. Well, my friends, I'm happy to hear that Wendys has had a change of heart when it comes to dynamic pricing. I think it was a terrible idea. Let's hope none of the other fast food operators get any ideas moving forward about dynamic pricing. Whether you like Elizabeth Warren or not, that doesn't matter to me. I do think her X post hit the nail on the head regarding Wendys' plan to use dynamic pricing. She said, and I'll quote, means you could pay more for your lunch, even if the cost to Wendys stays exactly the same. It's price gouging, plain and simple, and American families have had enough. I agree with both points. First, I agree Wendys' cost stays the same. Second, I agree that American families have had enough. I hope American families boycott any fast food operators that try to move towards dynamic pricing in the future. As a collective force, we the people can influence what these big corporations do if we stick together. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. The next article that I read today was concerning to me. This article was on foxbusiness.com, written by Christopher Murray, titled, Many Drivers Are Spending Over 30% of Their Monthly Income on Auto Loans. Car insurance costs are rising. According to the author, buying a vehicle is getting more expensive, with 1 in 10 drivers spending over 30% of their monthly pay on their auto loans, a MarketWatch study found. Well, my friends, the author is correct. According to Cox Automotive, the average transaction price for new cars was $48,759 in December 2023. Imagine paying that amount for a new vehicle, plus sales tax, doc fee, vehicle registration, and then financing it for 10% or more for 84, 96, or 108 months. This is why so many people are spending over 30% of their monthly income on auto loans. I hate to hear about vehicle costs crushing American families. I've looked at some dealership lots recently. It's not that everyone is out there splurging on fancy vehicles. Try finding a stripped down economy car. You'll have a hard time finding one. Even a basic Toyota Corolla is going to be in the $25,000 range, and it will approach $30,000 quickly if you go for an upper trim level. Gone are the days of being able to buy a Toyota Echo or Toyota Yaris with crank-up windows, manual locks, no cruise control, and a very basic radio. What saddens me about people spending over 30% of their monthly pay on auto loans is they are less likely to have money left over for retirement savings or to start a small business. Some may literally be living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't doubt some individuals may be living less than paycheck to paycheck because they are relying on credit cards or buy now, pay later loans to cover their bills each month. To my point, the author of this article referenced a MarketWatch survey of 1,000 drivers. They said auto loans prevented them from meeting other financial needs. 40% of drivers said they couldn't afford basic essentials due to their high car expenses. 20% of drivers said they were very or extremely stressed due to the overwhelming car costs. Well, my friends, it is sad to read about this. I hate to hear about Americans who are struggling financially. I sure hope these people who are unable to afford basic essentials due to their high car expenses purchased some reliable vehicles. If they bought a vehicle from an unreliable brand, they may really be hurting financially when they get some repair estimates in the future. These car dealerships charge an arm and a leg, even for basic repairs. God forbid you need to have something expensive replaced on your vehicle. Some people may be completely unprepared for an expensive repair bill. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.